Hi folks, hope you're well. So there you go. Okay. Here we go in this one. So, yes. Well, from last night, yeah. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know. I don't. I don't know what the plan is of God, what he's planning, because I don't know. Yeah. Well, it is a distinct possibility that my right to drive could be taken away. And if that happens, that changes quite a few things. Because of course, we won't be going down to these woods again. Well, not unless I'm with someone who can drive and takes me there. But I'm not going to walk because that's probably about, 5 miles away? And I'm not walking that far. Doggies. A 5 mile walk, there's plenty. As soon as we get there, we go home again, so there's no point doing that. So yeah, driving there is fine. It's good woods to go to all through the year because it's sandy. You know, when it's raining, it's a lot drier there than it is in the other woods, so that's good. But even the other woods, we won't be going there hardly ever because if dogs are just on lead, they're not used to being walked on lead. They're not very good at being walked on lead. Not really, no. They're okay, but not brilliant. And depends upon the walk. Well, for example, in the summer, well, even recently, just a few days ago now, they went down to the field. It's called Morriston's Field. Again. And because it's got a river along the side, well, actually both sides, on one side, at the end, you've got a low bit, and they love going in there to swim, so they went in there to swim. Well, again, they won't be doing that. No, can't do that. Because I can't take... Well, it's going to be less practical, to say the least, to do that. Because I'll have to take water bottles for them to drink. Because, the whole idea is you whack the ball around, they then go in there for a drink and a swim to cool down a bit. Then to get them dry, you whack the ball around a bit more so they run and most of the water comes off them. When they're in the car, go home, dry them off, and they have food. But with no car, everything changes. Yeah, right now I get most of my food from Asda when they do their reductions because you get good deals. So you get stuff that you wouldn't normally buy because it's too expensive. But when you get the reductions, it then becomes a bit more, reasonable that you can then buy that. Well, I won't be doing that. Because without a car, I'm not going to get to Asda. I'd have to go down to the local shop just down the road or down to Tesco's and do my shopping there. And Tesco's doesn't have the same anymore. Tesco's used to have their reductions once a day or twice a day, I think it was. And 7 o'clock used to be their big reductions. Now that isn't the case. It's whenever. And even their reductions never come to the same level as they do in Asda. Well, very, very rarely. But they don't have the same bulk. In Asda they have bulk. And so that's good. So, we'll just have to see what. I mean, yeah. At one point, I felt last night that God was saying that He's just given me this jag, so He's not going to take it away from me. But it's like, well, no, not necessarily, because when I got it, I understood. It was mine for a time. It was mine for a time. And so, if it's God's will that that car is given to someone else, well, the stickers have to be put on first. And then, I'd imagine it'd just be given to someone rather than sold because, I could sell it because I did have to buy it. I did have to give money for it. So, I could put it up for sale as a Son of God car, I suppose. Yeah, that'd be a apt title for the listing of that car once all the stickers are on. Yeah, because everything's pointing to, Son of God and relationship with Father, and talking about the two trees and talking about, going through Christ. So yeah, there's a lot. There will be a lot on it anyway that points to that. So yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, more than that, I don't know right now. I've sent a message to my solicitor, just basically saying, okay, look, there are options here. Yeah, if he's going to stay as my solicitor, stay representing me in his court, then okay. But what that means is that the case will have to be delayed again, and there will have to be 2 meetings. Then there have to be 1 meeting for each charge. Going over all of the details of the charge, all of the language, and how that would be answered. So talking about what happened with regards to those charges and all of that. That's the idea there. And so and if not, then he won't be the one representing me, will he? There won't be anyone. Well, because realistically speaking, for me to be able to come out of this, with me still being able to drive, then I need a solicitor who's not going to be focusing on the law, the written law, and maybe how he can twist the law to our favour. I need a solicitor who's going to be focused on the truth, and I'm not sure he can do that because he's been immersed in the law. And because he's been immersed in the law of the land, then the law of the land is his go-to. Well, so therefore, it's quite possible that for me, that the best person to represent me, because this case is going to be, to a certain degree, the law versus the truth. In a trial, that's what it would be. It'd be them speaking the law and trying to, because what they're going to try and do, they're going to try and twist the law to make it look as if I'm guilty. So they're going to try and look at what happened and say, well, the law says about that, and they're going to twist it a bit to make it fit. But then my job would be to untwist that. And that's really what a solicitor on your side should be doing. They should be untwisting. If the other side twists something to make it fit, then you untwist it to make it not fit anymore. And therefore it doesn't fit, so therefore what they've tried to use isn't against you anymore because, you've proven them wrong. And so that's the point. But, it's not about untwisting it from a point of view of law, it's about from truth. So, like when the solicitor said that they will argue that I allowed the water to drip into my eyes, I would ask them to explain themselves. What do you mean by I allowed? Because, of course, as a statement, it sounds good, but what do you mean? Give a bit of depth to that. And if they can't, just say, so are you saying that I told the water it could come into my eyes? Well, they're going to have to say, well, no. But then how did I allow it then? Are you claiming that I knew that would happen? Or where's your evidence? That's the point. That to me is what a solicitor should be doing who's representing you. But the one I've got, because that's the point. Look at it from a point of view of truth. Ask questions about what they're saying. Get them to back it up. In most cases, they can't. Because they're clever enough to twist, but not quite clever enough necessarily to have the full answer. So, In the end, we shall see. I don't know how this thing works, and if I'm representing myself, do I get the chance to answer the prosecutor? Do I get the chance to ask questions of the prosecutor? Or to challenge what they say? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I imagine that the person who runs that court may have to tell me off a few times for overstepping, but that's cool. Yeah. That'd be cool. Because when they do, it's just a case of reacting with grace and mercy to what they're saying. And, yeah. So, we will see what happens. I'll let you know. You take care. God bless. Have a fantastic week. Be a blessing, be blessed. And, yeah. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.